Revision is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Hi, everybody. Now that you're done with correctly formatting your essay and making it look more professional, you're actually going to share it with other people in your peer conferencing groups. I'm going to show you how you can leave comments on other people's papers and the checklist that you're going to be following in order to give them the best feedback possible. So, no long intro today. Let's just get right into it. The goal of this lesson is to get you guys to review and revise each other's essays. So let's talk about the difference between revising and editing real quick, and then I'll show you, or rather share a video with you that shows you how to share your document with others for peer conferencing. So what's the difference between revising and editing? Well, first, revising looks at the main ideas and the logical flow of an essay. It restructures which ideas come first, second, and last to make the essay read better, and it also finds different ways to word ideas so they're more pleasant to read. Essentially, revising is the way you handle and deal and change big ideas in your essay, and it comes before you actually start editing your essay. Editing, on the other hand, just really looks at the punctuation and spelling of an essay or a text. The reason why revision or revising comes before editing is because when you revise something, you change around the ideas so much that new errors start to pop up. So if you edited your essay first for punctuation and spelling, and then you revised it and moved around ideas, you'd probably just have to edit it again. Today, you're going to be providing revision conferencing to the other members of your peer review circles, which means you're going to be accessing that document. I'm going to provide a link in the Google Classroom page on the form you're on. You're going to be accessing the document that has you paired up with a bunch of different people and gives their emails as well. So the first thing that you should realize is your peer revision grade is going to depend on how many other people you're able to get feedback from. How many other people do you get to comment on your essay? That's going to be the biggest thing I'm looking at. Unless otherwise stated by the checklist, any advice or comments you make should be written in complete sentences. And also, be positive. Don't come across as too direct or blunt while you're doing peer revision. Try to find things you enjoy about their paper or things that you think they did a good job on while you're also looking through things to correct as far as formatting goes. So I just pulled up this peer conferencing checklist that we're going to use to kind of help you figure out what you need to do, how you need to comment on each person's essay. I'm actually going to click and drag this over to one half of my screen, and then we're going to pretend that this essay right here is another one of my peers' essays, okay? So the first thing that my checklist tells me to do, I'm going to give myself a little bit more room here. First thing that my checklist tells me to do is to take a look at the claim. Is the claim underlined? If not, find the claim and comment underline. So the claim or the thesis statement is going to be the last sentence of this first paragraph. Let's take a look. Is this their thesis statement? In America's high schools, students should not be forced to wear uniforms because they take away a student's sense of individuality. They do not allow for self-expression, and they absolutely do not save families any money. Yep, that sounds like a thesis statement to me, and yes, it is underlined, so I don't need to make any comments on that. Is the claim well written? Does it list the person's position and 3 reasons in one sentence? If not, make suggestions for how the writer can fix this. So, do they state their position in this argument? Students should not be forced to wear uniforms, okay, because they take away a student's sense of individuality, comma, okay, 1. They do not allow for self-expression, comma, 2, okay, and they absolutely do not save families any money, 3. Great, so it looks like they bring up 3 specific supporting reasons. I'm going to make a comment on that. You do a good job of clearly stating your supporting reasons. And boom, there you go. Now let's go ahead and take a look at an example of when you might suggest somebody change something, okay? Underneath rotation 4 over here, it asks for us to look at the evidence in the paper. Okay, so following CBEAR format, claim, background, evidence, Background matching the following. Based on a census taken in 2019, that sounds like background, 30 students sit in desks in a small classroom. Each student wears tan pants and a white shirt. They sit with their school books and papers open in front of them. So this whole thing seems to be like their evidence, but something I noticed, they didn't actually italicize the evidence, and they're supposed to have their evidence italicized. So I'm going to highlight maybe the beginning section of this and say, be sure to italicize your evidence. After all, that's what the exemplar essay has as well. We should make sure that our final essay looks like that. Another example of something where we might suggest a change, it looks like each of their analysis, their explanations that come after the evidence needs to be bolded. So do they have an analysis? They all look exactly alike. Does this seem right? Of course not. We are all individuals. We're unique in so many ways. Why try to make all of your students look alike? Okay, so this seems to be their analysis, but they didn't bold this font. So I might say, you do an effective job of engaging the reader in your analysis, but you need to bold your analysis. Comment, and there you go. Now, when you are reading the comments somebody else has given you, your grade is going to depend on what quality of comments they put on your paper. So, for example, this comment up here, somebody just wrote good. If they just wrote good, something you can say is, thank you. Why do you think this is good? That way, even if they don't end up responding and explaining why they think it's good, as a grader, I can see that you've made an effort to get your friend to give you better quality commentary, and I'll factor that in when I give you your grade. So, like I said, once again, you're going to contact at least 2 other people and get them to go through this checklist and give you commentary and analysis and whatnot on what you have. Once you're done with that, you're going to take that advice and you're going to revise your essay based on the comments that they've given you.